Getting a full look at weather now. Meteorologist Lisa Montgomery.
Our other top story, the heat.
It is. Yeah. We're going to be preparing this weekend because some of us not really used to triple digits in some places.
No, I think it's going to be a shock to our system too. So we've been having some cool conditions this summer so far. So we are looking at some big time heat headed this way, especially for the interior locations. But I tell you, most of the viewing area is under this excessive heat warning. So all of the interior of Monterey County, San Benito County, and we are looking at a heat advisory too. So yeah, this weekend we really need to heed those warnings and take precaution and get ready, be prepared for that heat. If you have AC, you are in luck because you're going to need it this weekend. Everybody else, you need to really look and look for some cool areas, shade, anything you can do to stay out of the heat. And especially during the hottest time of the day, between 1 and 6 o'clock p.m., you want to be out of the sun, and that includes your pets, the animals. In fact, don't walk your dog during this heat period because it can be dangerous for them, especially for their pads. The surface gets so hot, the pavement hotter than you would even imagine, so that could be pretty dangerous for your pet's paws. But anyway, we all need to be careful this weekend. The elderly, the young, the children, the pets, check on your neighbors. That's the kind of intense heat that we're going to have. It can be dangerous. Let's take a look at our headlines. You can see we do have that heat on its way for Saturday and Sunday, and we also have an elevated fire weather risk because of the hot and dry conditions. Good news is those winds should not be a factor, should be on the lighter side this weekend, but that cool down, we do, yes, have a cool down, so this will be short-lived. So we're already looking at some cooler temperatures as we get into early next week. So let's get through this weekend, and here we go. We've got that excessive heat warning in the shaded pink here. So much of the state of California, in fact, much of the southwestern part of the U.S., under the extreme heat and all the warnings. We do have a little bit of orange showing up, and this is that heat advisory, and that is for northern Salinas Valley, Carmel Valley, and the Hollister Valley, where you could see temperatures also pretty hot in the 90s. Everybody else, we could be up into 110, 112 degrees, so pretty dangerous heat out there, nevertheless, all across the board. For now, we've got some pleasant conditions. It was a beautiful day today. It'll be another nice day tomorrow, maybe a few degrees warmer, and then Friday's the day where we'll begin to see those hot temperatures. You'll notice the difference. So right now we've got temperatures in the 50s, the 60s, even the 70s here. So we will be cooling off for tonight just about everywhere, dropping back into the low to the mid 50s in most locations. We've got those clouds rolling in, some low stratus clouds moving inland, and especially along the bay, breaking up a little bit here, but we do expect more to move in for our morning commute. So we could have some patchy fog again, maybe some drizzle like we did this morning in some areas. So it could even lower our visibility for that morning commute. Temperatures around the bay, you can see we're going to hold steady somewhere around 55, 56 degrees, a little bit cooler inland, and then we're going to see that warm up a little bit warmer tomorrow. We had a northwest wind, some breezy conditions out there today, and it should subside as we get into the overnight period, but we're going to see those winds pick up again for tomorrow afternoon. In fact, we even have a gale warning that is in effect for tomorrow beginning 9 a.m. lasting through 3 p.m. Friday. So we do expect those northwest gusty winds over the waters through Friday, even breezy over the weekend too, out over along the coast and out in the waters. This is for 10 nautical miles out, and that's due to those winds gusting up to about 35 knots, which could cause some hazardous conditions. So the mariners do definitely need to be aware. We have this large, abnormally warm ridge of high pressure that's going to be moving in our direction from the east. You can see all the dark red here. That's where the temperatures are really heating up, and we're already seeing that for parts of LA, through Malibu, even through Arizona, Nevada, everybody getting in on this intense heat, and it's going to continue to move in our direction over the weekend and just sit over top of us. That's why we're going to have that intense heat here, and then it finally tracks off back to the east northeast and weekends, and that's why we're going to cool down for next week. So we just got to get through the weekend. Overnight tonight, looking pretty decent here. We're going to have those lows in the 50s again. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer in some of these areas, but still very nice with afternoon sunshine. Those clouds mixing out along the coast, so we'll enjoy some sunshine for a period of time there as well. We're looking at 89 for Boulder Creek, Ben Lomond 88, Summit area 84, and Santa Cruz 77 degrees. East of the Bay, Salinas, we're warming up to 73. Prunedale 71. We're in the 90s tomorrow for Morgan Hill and Gilroy. Hollister looking at 85. Marina, a comfy 65. So this would be the weekend to head to the coast. It will be cooler, a little bit warmer as far as what we've seen on the coast, but it's going to be very pleasant, very comfortable considering what's going to be happening inland. So we're looking tomorrow at 65 for Pacific Grove, Pebble Beach 63, Seaside 68, Monterey 63 degrees. Inland, we're seeing some hot temperatures here for Bradley, Parkfield, San Antonio, King City near 90, 92 for the Pinnacles, Gonzales 80, Carmel Valley 78 degrees. So another nice, fairly pleasant day for us tomorrow before we see things really heat up. So along the coast over the weekend, we could be in the upper 60s to the low 70s, which is quite warm from what we've been used to along the coast, but it's going to feel nice. We'll have those onshore winds, breezy conditions there. And then as we get into the inland areas, this is where we'll see that intense heat. You can see we're looking at the 90s both days, Saturday and Sunday. We do expect to see most areas in this 90-degree range, and we're even looking at temperatures as high as 110 in those southern Salinas Valley interior locations. So again, we've got that heat warning in effect, but already by Monday, as you can see, we're going to be cooling down. Look at Wednesday of next week. We'll have highs back down into the 70s. So let's get through this weekend.
All right.